Welcome everyone, Kristen here with Sacred Soul Ascension, and it is December 30th, 2020. We're not going to be saying 2020 here for very long, only in our memory. 2020 will for sure be a year none of us will soon forget. And today I'm bringing to you a reading. We're going to work with the Mayan Oracle deck, and I have some chakra cards that we're going to connect with. It is the full moon in Cancer. And how are you all feeling since the solstice, Saturn, Jupiter conjunction? That was really a massive planetary shift, vibrational shift, a bump up. And when we get those significant increases in photonic light, plasma light coming in, such as that moment that we experienced, it can feel a little bit wobbly. After that, it's a calibration time. And indeed, as we're closing out 2020 and on the threshold entering 2021, it's a real recapitulating moment where we're looking at what has come before, where we are now, and what's to come in the future. And I invite you to utilize your tool bag of positive, healthy ways to find that inner state of peace with what is as it is, not wishing away feelings or energies, just being present with what is and truly breathing into the moment. And I invite you to really drop into the heart and find that inner space of gratitude for every part and particle of what has come to pass, especially the challenges, because those challenges are truly such huge gifts, such huge teachings in our lives that continue to inform us for many time cycles to come. So let us be grateful for this year, 2020, and all that is excavated, all that it has kind of dug into within each of us, and that digging, that revealing that has occurred this year in kind of these interior home spaces, this stay-at-home status that we've been in. It's been a personal retreat. These personal sanctuary spaces where we haven't been able to go out and do the normal distracting thing, whether that would be to consume or go out to eat, or go socialize, or even healthy things like go to the yoga room, or just to stay busy with schedule. The schedule has really retracted. No matter what, even if you have been working consistently as a frontline worker, when you come home, you don't have all those options externally to distract you. So there has been a real whittling down and simplification process that has happened in 2020. And how has your priorities shifted? How have you shifted? And really drop into the heart and feel where you are. Feel how this year has recalibrated you. And if you want a space to drop in deeper to that feeling state, I'm offering an online retreat the 1st, 2nd, and 3rd of January. So Friday, Saturday, and Sunday this week in a couple of days. So we'll cultivate that space for you to drop in deeper to that feeling state, and to really anchor in the spaciousness of being, is being as you are, who you are in this moment now, and to really drop into this deep reservoir of the soul and what is really in those deep currents wanting to move through and create from, in and through and from you. So we have to really quiet the mind, quiet the emotional body, quiet the kinetic energy to get into that deep, smooth, still space inside. And we'll contact that kind of still point, that one drop point within, and from there start to visualize and create with intention the new dream. Or maybe it's an old dream, right? But we're bringing in the vitality and the nutrients of the now, of the new, of the wisdom seat that you're in now. You know so much more now than you did at the beginning of 2020, right? And the beginning, of this old dream that you've had stirring within you probably from the beginning of your life. You came in with this dream, right? And so as we're starting to get into that bedrock of the soul, and really creating that space for the soul to speak through us, we have to quiet ourselves to hear it, and we'll listen in deeply in this retreat, this 3-day retreat. And from that space, start to actualize it as already done, and to enjoy the process of just physically creating that dream, right? But energetically, we're going to embrace it as already complete, already done. So join me. I'll share the link on this video. And you may feel in this Cancer new moon energy that that you're in between, like you're kind of like in a doorway where the once was is behind you, the future is on the other side of the doorway, and you're just kind of in that threshold, and kind of the past might still feel like it's there, kind of pulling on you a little bit. The future is also a bit amorphic in reach, like you just need to step through the doorway, but you're still feeling this lingering of some past energy. So this full moon and the next 14 days will just continue to clean that off of you. So continue to prepare you for the new moon to come. We had all those eclipse energies, those 2 new moons 6 months ago. Remember that? In the summer, in June, July, we had 2 new moons in Cancer. And this is the full moon in Cancer, right? So we have the new moons, and then 6 months later we have the full moons. So this is a bit of a continuation of what was being like eclipsed out of you, okay? And these are those remnant pieces from that cycle. It's been such a big year, you all. You've done so well. Thank you for being on the ride with me. If you're tuning into this, I just want to get one card here. A lot's wanting to communicate with the Mayan Oracle. We just want to have one clear message here. But I'm so grateful for you all who listen in and have shared these videos and just are being present with this way of speaking to you and this way of creating the new. And it's just what flows through me, and we're all creators, right? And we're all just being invited to step more fully into our creative processes and to be at peace, be at ease with that, and to enjoy life. Can we try to enjoy life more? in the process of creating. And truly that joy and enjoyment is a heart activation. We're so being called, so being invited to come home to our hearts and to just so many cards. I just want one card, please. Let me focus on this because everything's wanting to come out. The whole deck's wanting to come out. The whole new time is wanting to come out. And indeed, we are creating in the field of the heart. The heart pops us out of linear time. And we come into rhythmic time. We come into biorhythm. We come into solar system rhythm. We come into galactic rhythm. Okay, and so we have this half moon. It's the shadow card. So this is indicating that, you may be feeling some shadow energy. This kind of looks like an eclipse card, doesn't it? It's like half light, half shadow. It's a half moon. So, to really be a light worker, right, is to take such total responsibility for your hologram, for what is appearing in your reflection, right? And to really infuse a light. Nothing's too big to overcome. To work with shadow is to grab a hold of your fears, and to breathe into them and to transmute them so that they are not overcoming you, right? Because it's not the true you. The true you is a liberated and sovereign soul. But to feel that freedom of flight and of lightness, illumination, enlightenment, if you will, you must go into the nooks and crannies of your shadow body, right? And it's the false you, it's the programmed you, it's the conditioned you, yet we must all transmute those pieces, and there's no shame in that. It's a part of the human experience. It's a part of the soul's work in these bodies, is to do that shadow work. So whatever's coming up for you, don't bypass it. Okay, this is not the age of spiritual bypassing. It's the age of spiritual awakening, and go in and go through and transcend the densities. There's nothing too big or too small. Just go into it. And of course, if it's the big stuff and you need assistance, there's many creators, many therapists, many life coaches. I'm here for you if you want to work one-on-one, if you're confronting something that feels too big for you to manage with your own skill set. I'm here for you. Okay, so the description I will read from the Mayan Oracle. Okay, so the qualities of this card are reaction, unfinished business, unexpressed aspects, hidden potential, and journey to wholeness. Profound insights and empowerment await your journey into the smoky mirror of Shadow's wisdom. Shadow is simply the unseen faces of the light, your unfinished business, your fears and doubts, the part of yourself that you normally avoid or hide. Shadow, the unexpressed, holds the most powerful potentials and important tools for transformation. Shadow gifts you with the vision of how your illusions, your beliefs, judgments, images, and limitations are the only things that stand between you and the light. Your shadow will offer you signs for growth in everyday life. When you have a charged reaction to any person, situation, or issue, this is a clear signal that a shadow aspect is being asked to be transformed. Be direct about sharing what you normally withhold. Fully experience and express your emotions. Honor your relationships by your willingness to address shadows with others. Your reward will be deeper intimacy, love, and self-acceptance. Working with shadow is an important part of the journey of self into wholeness. When you personally heal and integrate your own shadow aspects, you also help to heal the larger pattern. Okay, this is a huge card and profound and really the perfect message. I'm glad we were patient with asking for the one card to come out, because this addresses so much, and I really feel is very much necessary. It's absolutely necessary to address all this debris that comes up in our daily living, to really be the living embodiments of the healing way, the way of the light, the Christed consciousness, the Buddhic consciousness. You must take the content of your life. We take the content of our lives and transmute it every day. We have hundreds of moments that come up that invite us to choose the path of righteousness, the right use of energy, the right use of mental thinking, the right use of emotion, the right use of communication. Okay? Go higher and address these things that come up. So let's get a little advice from the chakra cards and see what wants to. These cards, they be poppin'. Okay, root chakra. I see you. You keep wanting to pop out. It kept popping in, with others, but the root. So the root asks us to land, to arrive, to soften, to bring the mind, the thinking mind, all that heat and inflammation, an overactive mind, the thinking, doing, busyness of the mind is being asked to land and ground into the body. Ground your nervous system. All is vastly okay. Even if it seems like a disaster on the outside, okay, that chaos is reconstructing and making room for a higher functioning system, okay? So connect with your breath, with the biorhythm, your heartbeat with the earth heart, with the cosmic heart. Come into biorhythm and pulsation with life, okay, with life. So land, this is asking you to just incarnate, okay? Come in, soften your landscape, and observe what is really going on around you. This is not a time to be reactive. This is a time to observe. Slow down, but not in a way of like inertia. You want to keep momentum, because if you completely stop, you can get depressed, right? So you want to keep a momentum and a rhythm, yet let go of all these external expectations you place upon yourself. Nobody does it to you. You know, you do it to yourself more than anyone else could. So land, receive the energy of the day, and then connect with the day and ask the sun, the moon, and the stars, and the wind, and the rain, and the earth, you know, what am I here for? How can my soul's gift serve in the greatest way what this planet needs? What is that crossroads? Each and every day, call it out and ask for that guidance. Draw in that higher guidance. It's time now to connect with these higher aspects of our beings and to really bring those into the form. Be the bridge of spirit into the form. So, the online retreat's going to be basically a continuation of this conversation, okay? And much more. So please, if you're interested, follow the link. I'll post it below. And I wish you all a very wonderful, healthful new year. And I will be in touch, of course, in much more in this new year. If you want to be on my emailing list, please leave your email below, or you can send me a private message if you don't want that on my public page, because I'll be, you know, sharing a lot through the email in 2021. I've got many grandiose intentions, and you know, I'm very excited to just create more and to share more with you all, both in like kind of program format where I'm facilitating and guiding you through more intensive experiences, and also, you know, just free content to share and to be connected in our Sangha and our, you know, our spiritual community. So yeah, much more to come. I wish you all the most wonderful New Year's Eve and New Year's Day and start to 2021. Okay, so much love to you all. Aloha.